Hello, I'm Emily Anderson, and I just graduated from the Women's Small Business Program. I was part of Cycle 50, and I have a business. It's called the Awareness Theater Company. I've actually had that for many years. It's a theater company comprised of adults with disabilities, and that is something that's evolving. And we'll probably break into perhaps 3 different things as a result of my time with the Women's Small Business Program. So one of the things is a movie that was produced by Awareness Theater called I Am in Here, which was written by a man named Mark Utter, who has autism and types to communicate. And this movie, in a really fun way, shows what his life is like and how this form of communication supported typing helps him to let people know who he really is, as opposed to the person that people just see, who just is this happy-go-lucky guy. So that's a movie that will continue to be distributed throughout Vermont and other places, and will include speaking tours and workshops that this guy will lead. So that's one thing. I will continue to do group work with people. I do really innovative theater, group game events that sort of bring communities together so they know who they are. And so that's sort of the Awareness Theater Company work that will continue on. And then I got really into this whole other ambition, which is these fairies that I draw, and that will is a business that's called Bluebird, and that will get a little business program, a business plan, and will launch sometime in the near future. But being part of the Women's Small Business Program definitely helped me clarify my goals and understand how I can integrate them into the marketplace. So it's been awesome, and now I have this incredible network of women and resources that are available to me. So it's invaluable. Well, for me, definitely, because I'm someone who sort of feels like, oh, I need to play by the rules, and yet I grew up in alternative schools and went to colleges that didn't even have grades, who just got evaluations. So playing by the rules already doesn't quite work for me. And so what really was this pivotal moment was when we had a panel come, and the 3 women came to talk about their experience in the Women's Small Business Program, and every single one of them was very successful at what they're doing right now, and every single one of them said, this is not what I thought I would be doing when I went into the Women's Small Business Program. The route that I took went all over the place and finally ended where I am now. And I just felt a sigh of relief that happened in me, but also with everyone else who was in that class on that day. And we just became more authentic and more just who we were at that moment. And that completely helped me. In some ways, like one piece of advice I would get is this one little idea that I had that kept being in the back of my mind is the idea that actually has the most energy and passion behind it in me. And I kept feeling like, well, I need to work on the stuff I have already going, and kept sort of messing around with that. And it wasn't until later that I was like, no, you should really work on the passionate idea one. And that's the one that's these little drawings. And so if I were to do the program again, I would just go in saying, okay, I want to do this crazy other thing, let my other work stuff figure itself out, and let me do the whole business plan with this crazy idea. And so I guess give life to the little funny ideas, especially if you think they have passion behind them, because you need that to get through the program. And I realized I kept getting sort of hung up in the stuff that I'm already sort of tired of. So that would be my advice. Find where the spark is and go with that and trust it. I think it's a combination of many factors. I think what the strongest thing that you get out of this program is a network of other women and resources. And there were so many people, and not just women, there were men and women who came in as sort of community consultants to talk with us, and each one of them said, please call me. And I knew, because I'm from the Women's Small Business Program now, I can call those people up next week or in 5 years and say, hi, I'm from the Women's Small Business Program, can I talk to you about something? And that's the biggest thing I think you get is this reinforcement of a network of people who really believe in not just the Women's Small Business Program, but what Mercy Connections is doing to change people's lives and empower people. So yeah, you're not, and I think because I think the Women's Small Business Program is pretty innovative, and so it's going to allow each person to get out of it what they put into it. So because I don't have a business plan is no fault of the Women's Small Business Program. It's because they really let me be who I was, and that wasn't in the cards for me right now.